And we're joined now by Governor Kevin Stitt to talk about the primary win and looking ahead. So, Governor Stitt, thanks so much for being here with us.
Hey, my pleasure. It's great to be on with you.
Yes, we're happy to have you and want to congratulate you on last night's win. How are you feeling this morning?
I feel really good. I mean, Oklahoma, we've got a lot of momentum in our state. I'm just so proud of where we're at. I mean, we've got the lowest unemployment, highest labor participation, largest savings account. People are literally moving to Oklahoma because of our pro-freedom, pro-business policies, and just so happy to have won last night and looking forward to November.
Okay, and as we look forward to November, what does your campaign look like now moving forward?
Well, as governor, I still go to work every day to make Oklahoma a top 10 state, to recruit companies. We were actually just came out of a meeting on kind of what sets us apart. How do we recruit more companies to Oklahoma? But I'll continue that top 10 vision. And I don't believe Oklahomans want to go back to high inflation, Joe Biden's policies. And so really excited to have a conversation about that with Oklahomans. Like, what do they want the direction of our state to go? And I believe we want to keep our schools open and give parents voices. And so I'll continue to grow our economy, to become top 10 in everything that we do. And I believe Oklahomans agree with me on those policies.
So let's elaborate a little bit more on that. If reelected, what are some of the top priorities you're going to be looking at in your next term?
Yeah, well, I always say there's four things that we have to focus on. And it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, or live in rural or urban Oklahoma. We really want the same things. And that's the best education for our kids. We want the best access to health care. I just had a transformational change in the way that we're going to deliver health care in Oklahoma, which will be fantastic for providing better services for Oklahomans. And then it's roads and bridges, and of course, it's the economy. And we are starting to hit on all those cylinders. And so really excited about that. But those four things I'll continue to push to become a top 10 state.
Any challenges you foresee in the upcoming race?
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't take anything for granted. I'll continue to outwork everybody. We'll continue to push Oklahoma forward. But I think Oklahomans can feel the momentum that's happening, and they know our economy's booming. They like us being fiscally conservative. The government can never spend enough money. I cut taxes last year. I'm holding government accountable. That's what Oklahomans want. As a businessman governor, they want me to hold government accountable and make the economy the best it can possibly be, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Okay, we'll talk more about that, but first got to ask you, this just came in this morning. I want to make sure I get this correct. So this morning, the Supreme Court ruling that Oklahoma can now prosecute crimes on tribal land if the defendant is not Native American. What is your reaction to that ruling?
Well, it's a huge win for public safety. So what Oklahomans need to understand is we are now safer in the state of Oklahoma because of this ruling. So all the thousands of crimes that were going unpunished, the state now has jurisdiction. And it also says that, hey, just because you're Indian country, it doesn't mean you're not in the state of Oklahoma. So it was a great win for jurisdiction and what's best for all 4 million Oklahomans. So I couldn't be more thrilled with the Supreme Court with their decision today. And I think it's going to protect, it's law and order, and it's going to protect victims in eastern Oklahoma.
So we do have a statement from the Cherokee Nation. They released it just minutes ago saying they're disappointed in the ruling, saying that the court failed in its duty to honor this nation's promises. We have Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. saying in part, quote, "We hope Governor Stitt will lay his anti-tribal agenda to rest and come to the table to move forward with us." Your response to that statement today?
Oh, man, my door is always open. But here's the deal. If we're not going to treat every single person the same, that's my job as governor. I'm not going to do a special deal for the Indians over another race, right? So it's not fair for somebody to not pay taxes, but a single mom of another race to pay taxes. And that's the thing I would ask Chief Hoskins is, hey, just let everybody know that we all go to the same schools, we all drive on the same roads. We have to have one set of rules. Surely he doesn't expect himself, being a rich millionaire, to not pay taxes, but a single mom of a different race having to. So again, I'm looking forward to working with everyone. I'm actually a member of the Cherokees. This is not an anti-tribal thing. We're so proud of our heritage. This is a pro-Oklahoma thing. And that's the same guy that decided not to fly the Oklahoma flags, which was so disappointing to me as an Oklahoman and a lot of people around eastern Oklahoma. So I'm glad he changed directions on that and agreed to fly the Oklahoma flag again.
Okay, that's something that we're going to continue to follow, obviously. Let's talk about inflation now. You talked a little bit about inflation a little while ago, but as we know, Oklahomans are hurting. People are really struggling on their day-to-day. they want to know, when can we see some relief? When are we going to see something more happen?
You know, that's a great question, and Oklahomans are struggling. Biden's policies, these energy policies, as they're choking off supply, have cost us everyday Oklahomans at the gas pump, at the grocery store. Everything costs more. So I've asked the legislature to come back in for a special session to get rid of the grocery tax #1. That's such a regressive tax, and we're one of only 13 states that taxes groceries. Ours is one of the highest, so let's get rid of it. We can absolutely afford to do it. I have the largest savings account in state history right now. So the House passed it. Hopefully the Senate will come back in after the elections now happened last night and come back in and pass that. And I've also asked for an additional 1/4 point reduction in income tax. We can afford it. We did a 1/4 point last year. I'm asking for a 1/4 point again. That would actually put $450 back in every single Oklahoman's pockets. And so hopefully we can get that across the finish line. But also I'm recruiting companies with higher wages. So that will help everybody to earn more money. With low unemployment, wages are going up across our state. But those are a couple things that I'm trying to get done for Oklahomans.
Okay. We know a lot of people are watching for that. Before we go, final message here to Oklahomans as we look forward to the November election.
Hey, have a great 4th of July. We are the freest state in the country and so excited about our policies and what's happening. And man, I'm just thrilled to be your governor, and I'm going to keep working every single day to make Oklahoma a top 10 state.
All right, Governor Kevin Stitt, we appreciate your time. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.